I'm back for my short story or long story. I'm going to try to stay on focus. Um, my great grandmother, her name was Vada, and she didn't like a lot of people. But I had the benefit of being the first and only boy in 5 generations. So I inherited my great grandfather's first name, but they call me Ray because they didn't want to call me Little Stan. So anyway, my great grandmother was born in 1909 out in Vernal, Utah, which is eastern Utah. If people don't know where that is, and she's a direct descendant of, I call it a clan. It's an American clan from the Labrum family. Of course, I don't have the Labrum surname. So anyway, the Labrum people are known for fighting and strong personalities. Which, believe it or not, I inherited all that stuff. I just have to be nice for the camera. So anyway, my great grandmother was a hard woman. She didn't like a lot of people, and her nickname in the family, because I have a huge extended family, she had a 1969 Ford Falcon, a four doors, banana yellow with a black interior. So her nickname was Darth Veda, and the car was the Millennium Falcon. So that's kind of it. There's a lot of people that didn't get along with her, and she didn't have any problems voicing her opinion. She was a hard woman. She came from cattle and sheep herding stock, and she always worked her entire life. Her entire life, she was well, as far as I know, steam press operator. So the first short story that I can fit into this is my great grandmother was during World War II. She was a steam press operator for the Navy out in Illinois, and this story, and she was a party person. She didn't have a problem with drinking beer and all that stuff, and she was Mormon. She would go to church every Sunday, but she lived life. And so for her, when they were in Illinois, her thing was she was kind of a flapper, party girl or woman. Her and her other steam press operators would go out on dates with the guys from the Navy, from what I understand. And they would go into town, some town out by the Navy Yard out there, and they'd go and party and get drunk. And then they'd be coming race back to the Navy station. Well, the thing was, they get drunk, cause a ruckus, and they would hop into this car, and she called it a Buick 8. So what they would do, they'd come flying back from town into the Navy Yard. The Navy knew who they were because they had a headlight signal. Here we come, and the cops would be chasing her, and they would go into the Navy Yard, and the cops couldn't follow. So that was my great grandma in Illinois. I've never been to Illinois. I've been to Illinois metropolis, but not any farther north. So anyway, one of her things that she used to like to do in Salt Lake City, she was a steam press operator there too. She would go to the this is blood and guts wrestling, the real thing. So what she would do, she would go to these wrestling matches, and she had a hat pin that was this big, and it had a pearl thing on. We lost that, I think, unless it's in. We got a sea trunk with a bunch of her stuff. So, well, she had this hat pin, and she would stand next to the rink, and she didn't have favorite wrestlers. She just liked to go see people tear each other apart. So if one of the wrestlers fell near where she was, she'd stick him with that hat pin. That was my great grandma. So, and then my mom, who's alive, thank goodness, told me a story that my mom's a little girl. My great grandma, is taking my mom to these wrestling matches, and my grandma would be screaming and yelling, "Break his leg! Break his leg!" And my mom would be all, "Grandma, no, no, it's gonna hurt him." My poor mom. So she had to hang out with my great grandma. So anyway, that's my short story. My great grandma was a character. I'll tell you what, she was afraid of nobody. And I'm not gonna put that into this post yet, because I have too many stories to tell about my great grandma. I loved her dearly, and she would have, for me, she would have walked through molten lava for me, because I was the one. And I think about her every day. Bye.